Welcome back, everyone. Today is the 5th week of modern JavaScript, and we will cover a couple of topics. Let me just put some notes here. What are you? Yeah, what's happening here? Why I can't write? Yeah, let's try to revise function. And then after that, objects. And after that, higher order functions. And if we have time, we will have a look functional programming. Great. So let's just create another file and I call it function revision.js. And I have to connect it to here. So I'm not interested in this file anymore. So I just put it in the comment. Be instead script. And I have to connect it here, right? Since we have been doing this many times, you know how to do that, I hope, yeah? And then one of function revision. Okay, console.log function revision. So I have to run this file, right? And open live server. So Control-Shift-I, Control-Shift-I, open this for me. Yeah, let me just refresh it once. As you can see, function revision. So that means it's connected my file and the browser. Okay, good. Yeah, this can be small. Let me just make this very big. So I have to open this one to see what's happening on. Yes, you can interact with the chat. I try to open it and I try to put it in the place where I can see, so you can interact with me using the chat. Okay, so how do we declare a function? The function keyword followed by name of a function and parentheses, and then curly bracket. This is what you need. So console.log, I am a function. How do you call it? By name. I can call one of you by name, and I can call also my function by its name. Okay, as you can see, now I am a function, and it's coming from line number 4. Line number 4. But is that? Yeah, as you can see, it's coming from line number 4. But this name is somehow, yeah, as a placeholder, you can just give it different kind of name. A mnemonic name, a name which is related to what you do and something which can be easy to remember. So function can take parameters. Parameter 1, parameter 2, parameter 3, it continues. So let's give it a parameter instead. I can just pass this as a parameter. Let's imagine it's taking a string actually. Oh no, I can't do it like that, but I can pass some string and then string. So when I'm calling it here, I have to pass that. So as you can see, I'm a function. But let's say this one, print full name. Full name. as you may imagine that full name is the sum of first name, my name, and last name, my last name, and full name, the sum of first name plus last name. Then I can just console.log full name. Why is it? As you can see, reference error. So what you should be very familiar with, don't be scared when you see some kind of warning or errors. Read it and quote reference error. Name of function is not defined. As you can see, I don't have name of function anywhere, but I called it. If you call something when you don't have it, then it's an error. It's a reference error. So I have to change this one too. Print full name. Oh, sorry. Print full name. So since it is not taking a parameter here, I don't have to pass argument here. The one we pass here, we call it parameter, and the one we pass when we are calling the function, we call it argument. So as you can see, you may, where is it coming from? First name instead of first name, let's call actually the full name. So it's so easy, right? But this function is very dumb because it should take a parameter, first name, last name, and then we don't have to write this statically, and it should be dynamic. So now I can write my name here, and yes, and then even I can call anyone. Our favorite politician here, Donald J. Trump. Because it's easy to remember, right? I think it's just Trump. Okay, have you seen it? Great. So it's easy to call once if you make it. After this, you know, now you are familiar with this one. Most of the time after this, I prefer to use arrow function. So if you want this one or arrow function, it doesn't matter. You can stick to the function you want, but using arrow function is becoming more popular, and it's very clean code. So this is an arrow function, actually. Even before I change it to an arrow function, let me just show you. Because if you print something like this, actually you are not saving anything to the print full function. So we have to return it. Return full name. Who doesn't understand what a return means actually? It is not an easy concept. If programming is your first time, return doesn't tell you anything. So who doesn't understand return? It seems everybody knows. If you don't return anything, the value will be undefined. Okay, so since we are not printing anywhere, so this, when we are calling, we have to print it out. Console, to print out, we use console.log, and I believe you're familiar with that. Yes, and even we don't even need this one, as you can see. We can just return it there, as in. This way of writing, we call it function declaration. And instead of just removing it, actually, it's better if I just comment it out. And now, let's see arrow function, or change this to a row function. So we don't need the keyword function, and after the variable or the name of the function you need this, and you should have an row. Yes, this is what you need actually. Yeah, even you can make it a bit simpler because there is no much thing inside, so you don't even need this, and you can just return explicit. Maybe I think I can leave this for you also. Let's do explicit return. I can comment this out, and by removing this, we can have, yeah, this is our function, explicit, how do I, explicit return. Yeah, we're returning explicitly, so it seems it doesn't have a return, but we're so the same fashion, if I ask you make a square, you remember const make a square, and then this is how you write it. So you may need a number, right, to square, so you return that return and this. So easy. To check the value, console.log make square, and if you pass 2 you should get 4. Yeah, and it's working great. And even you can return this explicitly. So yeah, even we can pass actually sometimes default parameter. For instance, const calculate weight. Do you remember how to calculate weight of something on gravitational weight? I'm talking about gravitational weight. Okay. Weight of an object on planet Earth is mass times gravity. Do you agree with that? It's just a formula. Yeah. Do you remember this equation, guys? Or you can just let me see, just type something for me. Is this familiar to you? It's just multiplication. I don't see anything on the chat. Okay. Okay, so great. Mark helped me out by saying, yes, that is so easy. Everybody knows that. Yeah, he's saying that. Okay, just go on. Okay, great. So this is a weight, how to calculate the gravitational weight. So the gravity of planet Earth is about 9.81 something. It has some variation between equator and the north, but it doesn't matter. But let's imagine this. Even we don't need the 1. Let's just take 9.8. So we can say actually, we can pass mass and gravity 9.8. So weight is equal to mass times gravity, return weight. So I'm returning the weight of the person or the object. So as you can see, this one is actually a default variable. If I don't pass a value, so I will get, this will be used. Let us see. Console.log calculate weight. Let's imagine the weight of the object is going to be 100 kilogram. And let's imagine we are on planet Earth. So it's going to be this one. So I'm expecting 980 ton. What is that? All zeros? Okay. Yeah, when we multiply just to a highest significant level, but we can also make that shorter with the method, for instance, to fix it. And we want to only two digit, as you can see. But for the time being, we don't worry about those decimal points. But imagine you are on planet, you're in Mars, okay? If you are on Mars, how do you calculate? Tell me. And the same object in Mars. I have to find the weight, gravity of Mars. Gravity in Mars. I don't know, and I don't have to remember. Yeah, it's very small. Have you seen? Oh, yeah. 3.71. 3.71. So I have to pass it here. 3.711. And as you can see, it's the weight of the object is very light, 371 Newton, but this one is 980 Newton. So did you understand how we use default parameter? Yeah? Have you seen how we... yeah, let's give also this one a default parameter, for instance. I can pass, for instance, Joe, John, Doe. That means if no one gives pass a parameter, the person will be John Doe. Let's do it. Now, why I copy it, console.log, print full name, and I'm not passing any parameter because I have for first name John, for last name I have Doe, so it should give me John Doe. Let's check line number 24. Yeah, John Doe. Yeah, is it clear? So if you don't like to pass parameter, you can pass a default parameter. Argument, default argument later. Who understand default parameter? Did you understand? Show me. 1. Okay, the last example about default const. Let's add two number. Const add two numbers. Okay, I have A and B, and A plus B. So I want the default to be 1 or whatever. I can just 2 and 3. Console.log add two numbers. What's the sum of 1 and 1? It should be 2, right? But how about if I don't want to pass any number? Add two numbers. It should give me the sum of the default 2 plus 3, 5. How was it, guys? Clear. Okay, great. Now let's move on to objects. Yeah, that's very nice. Object, as you may imagine or understand from the word object, so anything is an object when it comes to programming. Even a person is an object. So an object, if, for instance, if you consider a person as an object, it has properties. Property, we have the ability to speak or move, and we have also color, eye color, skin color, and everything. Those are properties which describe the person. So now this is how we declare an object. It could be a car, or a person. If it's the car, the color of the car, it's red. Who loves red car? Maybe someone. Okay, maybe it has a weight of the car. Maybe 3,000 kilogram. But who cares about that? And maybe model, a model maybe 2020, a fancy car. And type, a type of car is maybe Toyota or something. Yes. Have you seen this object? Actually, an object is a kind of data structure which can give you information about a certain object, in this case, a car. Yeah? It's just, if you write something like this, const empty object, just maybe a kind of empty object, this is how you write it. But if you want to put something, this is how you write it. Okay, so how can we get the value of the car? This is how we get console.log car.color. I should get rate. Yeah, nice. Console.log car weight. The weight is gonna be this much. That is 3,000. Console.log car and model. Yes. But sometimes your key, so we call this properties, this side, properties, and this values. Property of, if it's the dog, a dog may have legs, a dog barks, and all those kind of things. This is, in this case, our object is a car, and it has a color, a weight, model, type, number of wheels, number of doors. How about if I say number of doors by mistake? It's not by mistake actually, and I can say most of the times 4, right? Now my key is actually, it's not a word, instead it has a space. If it has a space, this is how you should use console.log car and number of doors. So you should use a square bracket number. Of course, you can use also square bracket for the others, but if it is like this, you should use a square bracket. In this case, a must to use square bracket. Yeah. For instance, after we made such kind of data structure or object, can we change the value? For instance, type Toyota. Instead of Toyota, can we say Nissan or something else? Yeah, we can modify it. Let's modify the object itself. Okay, car dot type, and I am about to change it to Nissan. Yes. Print, sorry, console.log car. As you can see now, the car is modified. Number of doors, 4, color red, but the type is Nissan. So you can modify it. Can we add additional attributes or properties after we create it? Yes, we can. For instance, what property can a car have? Another. You may tell me. Gearbox. We can add gearbox actually. Is that the gearbox? Manual something. Car dot gear box. I can call it automatic. Then let's see, console.log the car. Yeah, gearbox is added to our object. So object is like this. What do you think? Is it clear? Yeah, it's just simple data type, but you can modify it, you can access it. Yeah. So when we get a value, we call it getting. For instance, this is getting value. Yeah. And this one modifying of the object, and we call it also setting a value actually. Which one was setting? This one. Yeah, this one is, we modified it. Yeah, this also modifying, but we are setting a new setting or adding a new key to the object. Right. Yes. Now, before the break, I want you to do another example with me. So let's talk about a person, right? So how do we declare an empty person object? Tell me. You can type on the comment box, okay? Or chat box. How do I write an empty person object? I will see your code and then put it on here. Yeah, I'm waiting for you. The name of the object is person and I want it to be empty. How do you write it? Const person. This is how you write it. Okay. I want to have first name and last name attribute or properties in here. How do you write it? First name. Yep. I should have, yeah, a person should have a name, right? A first name, right? Then last name. Yes. I may have age. Everybody knows that. I'm a bit too old, but it doesn't matter. Or maybe country. Finland. Or maybe is married. Yes. No. True. Now I'm becoming more human because I said yes. Okay. Skills. Do I have skills? As you can see, it's plural. So I have some skills. So it's going to be array. I have some HTML and CSS and SAS, JavaScript, JS is shorter. Yes, React and Python. Let's stop here, you know. We don't make this never ending. Great. Does it look good? It's a well-structured data, right? Now I want you also to practice with me to access the first name, the last name, the age, country, is married, phone number. For instance, if you find it written instead of phone number, if it is written like this, it would be good. But sometimes some data structure, you may find it written phone number. Not a problem like this. 045828282, maybe something like that. Yes? Great. So let's print out this console.log person. As you can see, my data is here. Okay, why do you use square bracket for skills? Julia, array is the best data structure to store lists. As you can see, I have set of skills. Do you see the set of skills separately? The HTML, CSS, yeah? So it's easy to manipulate them later. For instance, if I ask you, how many skills does Asabina have? I want you to calculate it right now. Yes, and tell me. Not manually, but using JavaScript. Imagine. Now I just, for sake of simplicity, I made it short, but this could have, for instance, very long data, 100, so it's hard to count manually. But now the task is, I want you to find the number of skills does this person have. Yes, modify it a bit, modified person dot skills dot length. As you can see, I got 6. Let's count them manually. I can see 3 of this and 3. Yes, it's 6. Great. Is it clear so far? Yes. I think before the break, let's add, so far we see, as we saw, these are properties and values, Now let's see methods. Get person info, and it's going to be a function inside the object actually. So this method actually give us, for instance, if I call this console.log, I am just a method or object method. So console.log person.get person info. I am just method object. I'm just an object method, it says. Yeah, but instead, get person info. I like this get person info to give me this data. So how can I access first name here? Can I just...
Sorry, Asabena, can you explain this a bit better? I don't understand. Is it if you put get and then an object name, is that something you can use with any object? Is that an inbuilt thing?
No. It's not inbuilt, but we just it's just a custom. You can call it XYZ.
Okay.
Yeah, or give me the name of the person, but I thought get person info is somehow
okay,
very good name.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's just yeah. For instance, get age, get full name. Let's do our first get full name. Actually, it makes it more easy. Get full name. Why is this function? Yes, get full name. As you know, what you need is actually return the first name. Yeah, even have you seen this? VS Code is so smart. I just wrote first name, right? But it added this. What is this? Oh yeah, because it might be confusing for you. So let's console this itself. What do we get? So to see the result, first console.log person get full name. Because I'm trying, what is the value of this? What is the value of this? Now I'm trying to understand what this is. Because the keyword this. What is the value of this? Yeah, the value of this is this. It's weird, right? Anyway, so actually it gives you the same object. This gives you this object. If you see the data, so I can access that return. It refers to this object. This dot, this means person. So this dot first name means this one, plus empty space, and again this last name. So whenever you work with an object, if you are trying to access any of the properties, you have to use this. Yeah. Now, as you can see, I got my full name and it's coming from this. Okay. I think now I may just work on this one. Get person info. Can we return this get full name?
Sorry, Asabin, I'm a bit confused again.
What?
When you have this,
Mm-hmm.
how does it know which objects you're referring to? Is this a question of like namespaces, so that you could only use full name once, and it would belong to that object?
No, this means just referring. For instance, if I am outside of the object, if I am outside of the object, I can call this by name, right? The name of this object is person. So, hey person, give me your skill. That means this skill, and I'm interested on the links, right? Is it clear?
Yeah, I understand that, but I just got confused.
Okay. Yes. If you understand this one, I'm coming to that part.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I have to create some connection. Actually, instead of saying this dot first name, we can say person dot first name. Person. Is it clear now?
Oh, I see. This is all inside the object.
Yes, if it is inside the object, we can use this, and it means it's refer.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize it was inside the curly bracket, so I didn't know how it was referring to the.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It just knows that this refers to this.
Okay.
Yeah. For instance, if you are in a house and if you are talking about this house, you are referring in a place where you are there. So actually, this data is like encapsulated in this curly bracket. When we are talking about this, we are talking about anything this. Okay, so now again, actually get person info. Have you seen I am calling also another method? Even I can. So what do you expect from this? Get person info. Just you get full name again. Let's check 90. Yeah, full name again. But instead I want to print out Sabine Itai is a full stack developer based in Helsinki. Finland. I don't know what's first. He is 250 years old. Yeah, this is what I want to print out from this. How do I do? A country, I have to do Helsinki city. Helsinki. Row. full stack developer. Oh yeah, sometimes I write fast. Okay, good. So if I were you, I can just do some kind of this string concatenation. Are you familiar with that? That's really very powerful. So do this string concatenation. Here is an extra. So Asabeneta is a full name coming from. I can get it this dot get full name is a full stack developer. As you can see, here is a full stack developer. Again, so this dot role, great, and CT because yes, I have to have the dollar first. This dot CT and the country, the dollar first. This dot country and this dollar, this dot age, and I can return this string, and I don't need this one. Sabine Hitta is a full stack developer based in Helsinki, Finland. He is 250 years old. Making young, why not? Great. Did you understand, guys? We just concatenated this, so it's not that much of a big deal. Gender, for instance, gender, male. If I want to change this based on like, if you see it says he, if I want to change this he and she based on the gender, you have to add some logic inside, right? Yeah, so you have to also consider such kind of logics. I think this is object literal. It is good enough if you understand what I did so far. But based on the recent the recent JavaScript, you don't have to have this function. So we can remove something like this and it's okay, you are good enough. You can change to this. So either you write it this way or the previous way, and it's okay. Yeah, we had an hour continuously. Let's have a 15 minutes break. And after that, we will continue the next section, and it's going to be actually higher order functions. And if you have question also, you will ask me before we leave. Do you have any question? Yeah, then let's meet 6:45. Is that okay? Okay, 6:45. See you guys.